Whatever you do, make sure you visit AshKickin.com for your home fragrance, health, and beauty needs. Quality products at a great price.
Hi, you're watching DONTAE'S Boxing Nation. Woo! Hey.
And some of them rounds, even in the first round, if you watch the first round, when they was jabbing each other, Triple G jab was a lot stronger.
Of course, it was. I said, it was after the knockdown when he fucking got his groove in.
The first 6 rounds, automatic go to Triple G.
It was after the knockdown, bro. It woke him up.
Some motherfuckers be like,
hey, that knockdown woke him up.
Some motherfuckers be like, oh, hey, I think Danny Jacobs,
You said the first 6 rounds with the Triple G?
I think Danny Jacobs deserve a rematch. I think if he fight Triple G again, he'll beat Triple G easy. Easy, hands down. Hands down.
The jab was effective in like the first 3 rounds.
Don't nobody get to that
knockdown. But he didn't really jab that much.
Don't nobody get
to that.
If you go watch, hold on.
If you said Danny won, we can fight about this shit. Fuck that talk about. Danny Jacobs won, we can fight about this shit.
If Jacobs would have threw more right hands, he wouldn't have got hit with that jab as much, bro. He was headed. He was headed to that right hand.
Now, how did it go?
Nah, I mean, Triple G won. I feel like Danny need to win 8 rounds.
Maurice.
That's it.
Who won the fight, Maurice?
Golovkin.
Golovkin won? Okay, he said Golovkin. Who won the fight? Golovkin won?
Listen, Danny need to win 8 rounds to win the fight. He gonna win 8 rounds.
Go back.
I thought Jacobs won the fight, but it was close.
I ain't gonna lie. I said it won 6 and 6. I get.
So you think the knockdown?
I said it won 6 and.
You think the knock?
I said
Darius.
The knockdown won Triple G the fight. I said if it wouldn't have been no knockdown, it would have been a draw. It went 6 to 6.
It was 6 to 6. I mean, that's fair. Hey, see, fans ain't gonna never.
Yeah, it went 6 and 6.
If it was 6 and 6, how did it go down, Mark? Boxing Goon. How'd it go down, Boxing Goon?
I said he had 8 rounds to win. He didn't win.
Yeah, he didn't win. It was 6 and 6, bro. I'm not, bro. I'm just going. Bro, that knockdown cost Danny Jacobs the fight. That's all it did. That knockdown cost.
It was close. But I don't agree with you on you said the jab thing where black people don't give credit for jabbing.
I said this. What I said. This the only thing I'm saying. I said. When a black fighter gets in there and moves around, and I'm black, when we get in there and move around sometimes against a pressure fighter, like when we get in there and move around, jab, it's like, oh, we boxing. But, okay,
but they will call it running sometimes.
Yeah, they'll call it running sometimes, but in certain...
a lot of them be the ones that contradict.
Yeah, sometimes people contradict themselves because sometimes they call it running, sometimes they call it boxing. When Warrior fought, motherfucker called it running.
Yeah.
When Floyd fight, they call it running.
When Ward and Floyd fought, they called it running.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, but when
running, they call it boring.
Yeah, they call it boring and running. But then when Danny when Laura did it, they called it running. When Danny do it, they say he won. They say he won because he didn't get knocked out. I'm just gonna be right.
But you believe he won the second half?
I think he won for a fact. Easy, hands down, he won the second half.
Knockdown, yeah, like you said, he
won. Hands down, he won.
But you gotta mind you, before that knockdown, like the first 4 rounds, he was getting hit with the jab a lot.
Oh yeah, he was getting hit with the jab.
He was hesitant on throwing the right hand though.
Golovkin was effective with the jab, but Golovkin is the one who's considered the destroyer, the Terminator. He Mexican style, big drama. You know what I mean?
But you can't say a guy lost because he didn't knock him out.
No, I didn't.
He's not gonna knock everybody, man. Danny Jacobs is the dude. His will to win is strong. That man beat cancer. He beat everything in life. Dude did not want to get. He did not want to get knocked out. He did not want to lose.
Yeah.
His will to win is strong. That's why I say the man came back from a knockdown on southpaw. He don't even fight southpaw. Got hit with a hard shot. Southpaw came back
good with
and then came back and started winning the second half of the fighting southpaw. Only thing.
But Memphis, I don't think people saying they thought Jacobs won just because he didn't get knocked out. I think they feel that he was a little bit more busier in that second half.
Like I said, he was.
That knockdown brought him back.
Bruh, hold on, can I talk? Can I talk then? He was more busier in the second half. It was half and half. The knockdown cost him the fight. It was half. I'm not saying Golovkin just.
But that's a fair assessment. I thought Jacobs won, but I don't think it was like a robbery and nothing like that.
It wasn't a half. It was half and half. The knockdown cost Danny Jacobs made an adjustment. He made an adjustment going into like the 6th. In between, he going into the 6th round. He made an adjustment. He changed the fight. It was half and I feel he changed. I don't know everything about boxing. I'm still learning. I'm a young prospect myself.
Yeah, you in there? Yeah.
But honestly, I feel like he still did a great job. He did a great job. But
at least you have it close though.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was close.
I don't have a problem with someone saying it was 1 point this way or that way.
Yeah,
Andrew,
I just did not
what did you think? How did you have it, Andrew?
I thought Danny Jacobs had at least about a few rounds.
A few rounds?
I say,
that's what I thought.
I thought Danny Jacobs also won a lot of the, few of them, the beginning rounds.
Yeah, he won some of those too. I agree.
Then he, knocked out King. You can say it was even.
Hey, pull up the highlights.
Well, your interview's done. Your interview's done, okay? Your interview's done.
No,
your interview's done. You had time.
Pull up the highlights. Pull up the highlights. Pull up the highlights, dog.
Like you said, I think Danny Jacobs was a lot more busier. Triple G wasn't active in later rounds. Danny Jacobs, he was, using the jab, moving, slipping his punches. I say Triple G probably only hit Danny Jacobs maybe twice every round in the late. When Danny Jacobs had way more punches connected.
I mean, but were you guys surprised that whenever Jacobs attacked Golovkin, he would actually back up and block? And I mean, he has a problem, it seemed to me, transitioning from defense to offense. Like even you, when you fighting, you could go into the shoulder roll and you could catch people while they trying to hit you.
Exactly.
But Golovkin is not that type of fighter to me. I mean, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think basically Golovkin got exposed, man.
Yeah.
I think he got exposed this fight. And,
you think he wasn't used to fighting someone who has a similar power that he has, or what?
Yeah, that's what I think so. Anybody that's not scared of him, anybody who can use a jab, anybody go to the body, man, you're gonna have a hard time with.
Yeah, so. How you think Golovkin? I want to ask all y'all: Golovkin versus Charlo and Golovkin versus Canelo. How you think them fights go?
I'm gonna say Golovkin versus Canelo. I think Canelo gonna beat him.
Okay. You think Canelo will beat Golovkin?
Yeah, I think he's gonna beat Golovkin because Canelo knows the style. He's a Mexican fighter. He knows that, and Golovkin has the Mexican style, which that's Canelo's. Hey, Canelo know how to fight that way. And he's not like an average Mexican dude that he know how to move his head. He know how to hit the jabs, throw combos, go to the body. Anybody use the jab on Golovkin and go to the body, they're gonna beat Canelo. Beat Golovkin.
You think the body shots was bothering? A lot of people think the body shots was bothering him in that fight.
It's the body shots. The body shots is definitely getting Golovkin.
Yeah.
And Danny Jacobs, what he should have used the jab a lot more in the beginning and went to the body a lot more in the beginning. And that's what messed him up.
And I thought the only thing that messed Jacobs was the fact that once again, when Golovkin, when he backs up, you don't have to worry about him trying to hit you with a counter. So I don't understand why Jacobs didn't jump on him in the later rounds. He still was playing it too safe, I thought. I thought they were both reluctant, but still Jacobs looked like he was doing more though. In the second half at least.
Yeah, Jacobs, he got hurt. He got dropped the beginning round. So, when you're in the fight, man, you still got to recover. It's still hard to recover. So, he want to make sure he's careful. You know what I'm saying? He had to get everything back. He had to get his mind back, his legs back, everything. Yeah. But I think he did enough to pull it off. I don't think it was a unanimous decision by Golovkin. They could at least gave it a draw. If they wanted to cheat that man, they should have gave it a draw.
Yeah. Y'all heard it from undefeated prospect cruiserweight Andrew Tabiti, contender now. Yeah, one of the top contenders. Go ahead and call him out again, man. Keep it fresh on their mind right now.
Yeah, I want to fight Babel Shumanov, Alexander Yuski, Tony Bello, anybody. I'm ready to fight anybody. Whoever wants it.
Y'all heard it. Y'all heard he calling y'all out. Thanks, man.
I said his best shots was in the later half of the fight.
No, he blocked. Wasn't he landing good shots throughout the fight? He landed some good shots.
I said his best shots was in the later half.
Some good shots.
Kofi, how did you score it, Kofi? Kofi Genetua, y'all.
I scored this fight. It was a very close fight. I think Jacobs did good, but he could have done way better.
I agree with that.
From my point of view, I think if he had that little confidence,
I agree.
he could have beat this guy. Because whenever Jacobs go on attack and move this guy back, and he pushed him back, the guy was lost. He didn't know where he was. And then Jacob would jump right back and go on defense and let a guy come back at him.
There was times when Jacobs had Golovkin on the rope, and Jacobs would back up.
Go right back.
We were yelling at the
You
screen
gotta
like,
step on it.
what are you doing?
When you got people, you step on it. You can't keep going. And another thing I learned from this fight is Jacobs punches a lot of slapping. Most of the punches come this way, especially whenever they go close and he's trying to come back with a hook. His hook coming from here.
I thought it was because he was more focused on not getting caught with something. I think maybe
when you
it
hear
was.
and you turning, if he was picking his shot, turning on his punches, I think he could have done a lot more damage to Triple G than he did.
He should have walked him down in the second half, though, right?
He had the size on him.
Triple G got tired.
He got tired. Jacob was
Memphis, I thought Triple G also was worried about just getting caught. They both was worried about getting caught.
That's a veteran, a veteran. He just said the same thing. So I'm giving my opinion of the fight. I think it was a good fight. I think Danny Jacobs won the second half of the fight, and I think Triple G won the first.
And that's a fair scorecard.
Cost on the fight. And I think that if he fight again, he'll beat Triple G. Triple G got tired in the later half of that fight. Once he couldn't knock him out, he got tired. He got tired. His movement, like Coffee said, it was times where he should have used to going. Yeah, it was times where he.
One thing you need to realize: this guy never really experienced what he experienced in this fight before. This is the first time somebody stood to him and take him to 12 rounds. So from the 6th round, you see that his energy level wasn't up there. And Jacob was supposed to take over from there. But he was too hesitant.
He was too hesitant.
And his punches wasn't coming.
He allowed
especially the
a lot
right
of rounds
hand
to be closer than they had to be.
Yes, he was leading, and later on he let the guy catch up. And his right hand wasn't going. Man, I was disappointed, man. You could have done way better.
It's like he had a injured, almost like he had an injured opponent almost, and he didn't take advantage of it. Not saying Golovkin was injured, but you know what I mean.
I'm gonna be honest, man. Triple G knew he didn't win that fight. You could tell after the bell, the last bell.
I mean, it was a good fight.
He didn't raise his hand. He had doubt in his mind.
And decision, he thought he lost, man.
That's what Andrew just said. He said Golovkin.
Y'all see how sad he looked?
He lost that fight.
Didn't win though. Didn't even win 6 rounds.
Jacobs won four rounds.
He said
this whole thing, big drama show.
That's what I'm saying.
Man, you know what? Triple G a good fighter. I like him.
He's a good fighter. He's a good fighter.
Power. I just don't think he pulled that win off. But it's a bigger picture. Boxing has politics and money got to be made. Got to make that super fight with him and Canelo. And your sports books probably would have been, the casinos probably would have been broke if Jacobs would have won that fight. I understand. It's big business behind it.
Because two judges didn't even have it that close. Two of the judges didn't even have it that close.
Sense, man.
You know? So, with two judges, even if Jacobs didn't get knocked down, they still would have gave a fight to Golovkin. Two of the judges, they still would have gave it to Golovkin.
I said
Real quick. The fight wasn't 6-6. If anything, the fight was 7-5, 114-113.
I agree.
Knockdown 113-113, a draw. If anything, if not,
worst case scenario.
Worst case scenario. If not, then Danny won. That is, but it is what it is, man. Good, man. Maybe Danny got to dig a little deeper next time.
Hey, that's what it is.
He proved he can beat him. He can beat him. All right, they fight again. I love to see a rematch. I think Danny Jacobs deserve a rematch. And like I said, his stock just went up. His stock definitely just went up.
But it's unfortunate for him that somebody else is gonna finish with when he started.
But you can't even say that because that's Danny. That's a one of a kind fighter. Dude is special. Danny Jacobs that's a one of a kind fighter. You can't sit up here and say just because of what Danny did, somebody else gonna do the same thing. Somebody else might try to do the same thing and get their ass knocked out.
They might.
So you can't say that. Styles make fights.
He's a dangerous good fighter.
You can't say that.
Yeah.
You can't. I don't like I said.
I think Jamal will beat him.
I don't know who might beat him until that motherfucker get beat.
Until he get beat.
Until his hands not raised. You don't know who's gonna beat him.
Yeah, but it's good to see.
Just like a motherfucker, did nobody think that Chocolito was gonna lose and he lost?
Oh, I thought he was gonna lose.
Then you can't.
After I seen him fight Arroyo, I knew somebody.
Politics and now you can't can't say politics now. You can't say who a motherfucker gonna be until they hand raised.
I know,
but
that's why we do predictions to see who gonna get the prediction right, though. You know what I mean? That's what that
I'm
is.
gonna predict you, man. Canelo's gonna beat Triple G.
There it goes.
He's gonna use that jab. He's gonna frustrate Triple G. He's gonna lose the
And he's
fight.
probably gonna be more aggressive than Jacobs was, maybe.
He's gonna be more aggressive, man. Anybody who fights Triple G, knowing if he's not scared of Triple G, then he's gonna beat him.
When you backing up is when Golovkin is dangerous. When you actually come to him, you actually in a safe zone when you come to him, because he doesn't punch back when you come to him.
Exactly.
If you have the type of power that he can respect.
And this guy, man, you know, he doesn't want to fight a lot of these Mexican fighters like Gilbert Ramirez and some of these guys that come forward and
that'll be a real tough fight.
You know
now we really know that'll be a real tough fight, because that's a volume puncher, Gilbert Ramirez.
He also don't want to fight no one who kind of box who runs a lot, like Malara. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Canelo, hey, he can come forward. He can
Your brother would beat you.
he can come forward, move his head, go to the body. He throw good sharp jabs. Man, he's gonna mess around and beat Triple G, man. Definitely.
All right.
68, 168.
David will too. Don't David be sparring him?
David who?
Benavidez probably kick.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, David Benavidez.
I like David.
See, look.
I like David.
Danny had the right mindset for the beginning of the fight. At certain moments in the fight, if he would have had that killer instinct like Benavidez or Ramirez,
that's what
he
I was
would have won,
Kofi, man.
no doubt. Because there's a little doubt in people's mind. I believe he won. But these other people, you know, he could took the soul from Golovkin. One time he hit him with one of them Kell Brook uppercuts. Hit him with a left uppercut and he came off his feet. One time he fainted like he was going to go to the body, and Golovkin covered it up real quick. So that show you the glimpses that Danny had him. He just had to get here and say, I got him. He was psyching himself up a lot, like, Just had to put it to test. And like Kofi said, tighten those shots up. There was a lot of fringy stuff, but just tighten them up. He could have got that guy out of there. There would have been no doubt. Everybody would be mad. It would have been a big upset because he would have stopped him. But you know what it is, Like I said, man, Golovkin, good fighter. He's strong. I see what they're doing with his record. See what they, it only makes sense. The money in boxing is politics. You know what I'm saying? Danny put on a good show, and I believe he is the man to beat at 160.
He's the man to beat now, And now it's just unfortunate for Danny Jacobs, because now someone else is, like I said, gonna finish what Jacobs started.
But that made Jacobs stock go up though.
Oh yeah.
Jacobs' next check gonna be nice.
The first guy to not get knocked out by and arguably beat him, so
I know one thing, ain't nobody gonna wanna fight dude.
Who?
Danny? Ain't nobody gonna wanna fight him.
They'll fight him. Oh no, they'll fight him. Jamal Charlo might fight him. Kurzitze, they still got some good fights over there.
That will fight. It's guys that been calling Golovkin out for the past couple of years. You guys just don't be studying this stuff, man. You go on there, these guys blatantly on there calling these people out every day. Even at the smaller weights, like Tank, my boy, I like Jason Sosa, all these guys, Francisco Vargas, but Lomachenko went right on his page and called out Tank, called out Burchell, called out Corrales, because this is how these guys feel. So let's put it up weight classes. Earl Spence been calling everybody out. Laura been calling everybody out. Krasinski called Golovkin out. Laura called Golovkin out. Gilberto called Golovkin out. These people ain't nobody scared of him. Ain't no boogeyman like that. What Danny did, other people been thinking in their head already. Andre Roy tweeted out, they selling fear, but we ain't buying it. And that's real.
That's true.
That's real.
They selling it, huh?
They selling it. And not to bring this race thing up, but I gotta do it every time. Us melanated fighters, we ain't ducking and scared of nothing. Know that. So you get a guy in there that got confidence, and he got that melanin, he gonna bring something with him. And then he showed that. Straight up.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Right, Kofi. We talking about one-handed quitter. Kofi Juntar right here, he knocking guys out that was one punch.
Speaking of that, how crazy is that, right? So David Lemieux knocked out Curtis Stevens. Marco Antonio Rubio, he knocked out David Lemieux. And who was the first person to knock out Marco Antonio Rubio? I was talking to some cat, and he was telling me Golovkin was the first person to knock him out. I said, no, Kofi was the first person to knock him out.
Early, and this boy went rounds.
In his prime. When he was on the field,
first round, and the first real punch he hit him with.
A lot of people don't know. Me and Kofi got into a scuffle.
You done got in a scuffle fucking with everybody.
Look, I was young. Look, I was young. I didn't know coffee. Somebody said, look, that motherfucker knock you out. I went home and did my research. I'm like, damn, this motherfucker.
So you did his research. You didn't even know who he was, huh?
Yeah.
See, you gotta be careful, man.
Hey, that motherfucker, I saw that motherfucker knock that out. I said, damn.
Yeah.